Good morning. Happy Friday. I am so curious what you guys are doing this weekend. I think there might be some skiing happening for us tomorrow. I actually had a tough week, and I've been posting a lot about resting and gratitude because that's what I needed to hear for myself, actually. And I am wondering if you guys like what you guys do when you have a tough day or a tough week. And I have 3 suggestions for you. So there are quite a number of things that we can have as go-tos. But for one, I think it's so tricky when we have these big emotions and we don't have a way to actually express that, or maybe we don't want to express it to somebody else. And so instead of keeping it inside, it's really important to like let out your feelings. So good morning. Yeah, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from and what you guys are doing this weekend. So when we're working with anger or sadness or despair or disappointment, thanks. You can just put this in. We can actually use our bodies to do that. So we can stomp our feet. We can scream into a pillow. We can, yell when we're in the car. We actually do that. We call it a tribal yell. But the only rule is that everybody in the car has to do it at the same time. And what usually ends up happening is that we dissolve into giggles. But it's really a great way to it's like, do you guys use a pressure cooker or an Instapot? It's like just taking the pressure valve off so that steam can release. So allowing yourself to feel sad. One day this week, I was like, okay, I'm going to let myself feel all these emotions. And my husband came up to me and was like, high five, like, we got this. And I was like, I'm not there yet. And that's okay. You don't have to always be forcing positivity or feeling thankful for no reason. Like, it doesn't have to be this fake veneer of okayness. So I would encourage you guys to first express your emotions, however you do that. You can put in the chat if you guys have a way that you like to express emotions, or journal, or like throw pillows, or how do you like get really in touch with all the disappointment and the despair and the anger? How do you guys do that? Just put it in the chat, even if you're watching the replay. And then the second thing is I am really good at getting in this downward spiral if I stay there. So I will allow myself a certain amount of time, and then I'm like, okay, now it's time to shift gears. So for me, I have to like think of stuff that's bigger than myself, because if I just stay in my little world feeling sorry for myself, I just nosedive down into the depths of despair. So anybody know Anne of Green Gables? She says that, depths of despair. I love that. And so I have to put on music. I have to, write in my journal. I have to really take a moment to align my heart with the Father, because if I'm just focused on me, we're not going to get anywhere. And so sometimes I really like to do some sort of gratitude exercise. And there's so many different ways to do this. But when I'm feeling particularly distressed, I can't just think of it. I have to do it kinesthetically. So I have to go experience the sunshine on my skin, or I have to write it down. I was going to show you guys, I did something a little different in my journal, and I made a little sunflower, little sunshine of gratefulness. And that when I'm writing, it helps me to just stay focused in that, and I can feel it in my body, and I can, start to layer on my senses. Like, yeah, how does the bacon smell? Or how does that hug feel? So when you can experience it in your body, it can help you shift out of that distressed area. And then the last thing that I do, so the first thing is I feel my emotions, because we have this range of emotions that we are meant to feel. And secondly, after I'm done doing that, I will shift out of it by doing something different. Sometimes if I'm really struggling, I'll put on like an uplifting show or an audiobook or something to just like get my mind in a different story, in a different place. And then the last thing is I do the neuro drills. I do the things that help to bring my nervous system back into balance. I was so upset yesterday because I was supposed to go on a trip and I had to cancel my ticket, and I had bought insurance specifically in case that happened. And the ticket turned out to be non-refundable, and I was so irritated because I would have liked to use those hundreds of dollars for something else. And I was mostly irritated with myself because I missed the fine print, or I didn't see, the conditions of the ticket. So I was so irritated. And I did this process, but I also had to do some nervous system drills to help bring myself back into balance because I was so upset. I was really angry. And the way that works for me is I'm starting to do that. And then it just, the feelings just start to lose their charge. They start to lose their edges, and my nervous system is back in balance. And then I have a different perspective. I have a different way of dealing with things. And now I think it's just more important than ever with the world changing and all the disappointment and inhumanity, like with what's happening in the Ukraine. There's so much happening, and we need to take responsibility for ourselves. We need to do our neuro drills. We need to help to regulate ourselves and get ourselves into the best place so that we can be a contributing force of good in the world, right? We can't just be swept away with all the negativity and all our reactions to it. We have to take a stand and take responsibility for ourselves. And I think the neuro drills and the things that I teach in the Inner Restoration program are so incredibly potent, helpful, and transformational. So if you want to book a call and see how that could work for you, and you can take responsibility, you can take control over your own health, over your own emotions, let's do it. Because now is as good a time as any. We have to be a force of good in the world. So if you're ready to do that, let's do it. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. And you know what? I was just like so thrilled because little crocuses are starting to come up. I'm going to post a picture later in the Facebook group. Little crocuses are starting to come up, and there's I think they're daffodils, could be tulips. I think they're both. So I'm really excited about that. Winter is a hard month. February and March, I would say, are hard months for me because it's like not Christmas anymore, and it's not Easter yet. It's not summer. I'm a sunshine girl, so I'm really excited about that. It encouraged me. So go feel your feelings, do some gratitude, and do some neuro drills, you guys, and have an awesome rest of your day. Bye.